Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing my 24 to 28 week pregnancy update. Probably start doing like more regular ones now that I'm into the third trimester, but I thought the last 4 weeks have been reasonably quiet, not too bad. A few things have come up, a few symptoms, but I thought we would kind of keep it for a monthly update. So I'll just get started on how things have been. Now hitting third trimester, 28 weeks, turned 28 weeks yesterday. I think up to 25 weeks went really quickly, but the last few have dragged a bit. I'm just ready to hit that 30 mark and get finished with this pregnancy because I'm just over it now. I think there was a time where I was maybe like, I think after the sickness went and I was feeling much better and the tiredness went, and I was feeling probably the best that I felt and the most I've enjoyed pregnancy, if that's possible, because I don't really enjoy it. I just get through it. But now I'm just like, I'm over it. I've had enough. I'm getting big. I'm getting clumsy. I'm getting baby brain. I'm getting just tired, and it's just over it now, and I'm just ready for the next 12 weeks to just fly by. I've written down a few notes on what has been happening the last few weeks. I thought it was maybe a good idea to do that this time, so I've kind of got something to speak about rather than struggling to remember everything. So the biggest one, certainly in the last week or so, has been tiredness. Now I've always been quite tired because I'm a busy working mom. I've got a 2-year-old daughter, but the last week or so I have just felt exhaustion, like back to the first trimester, especially the last few days. I've just been struggling to keep my eyes open at my work and just really struggling with the tiredness. It's been really hard. I keep thinking I've still got like 9 weeks of work to go, and I keep thinking, you know, if it was like 4 or 5, you'd be like, well, it's not too long, it's just like a month to go, but still like 2 months, and I just keep thinking, oh, it's gonna be so long, and I just won't finish now. I work 4 days a week, 8:30 to 5:30, and I've got like a half-hour drive before and after, and obviously got Olivia to look after and a house to do, and it's just like, I just want to be finished now. And I think that's kind of like, although I've got 12 weeks to go, I've got 9 weeks to work, so I'm kind of working towards that 9 weeks first, which is kind of giving me something to work to, which is a bit closer. I've had a couple of leg cramps. There was one morning I woke up and I was horrifically sore in my leg, like my calf area. I could barely walk, and you know, I would get rid of it and then it would come back, and then I could feel, even like when I woke up in the morning, I could feel it just in my leg, and it was just awful. It was so sore. I haven't had too much, but then one of the things that does help leg cramps is bananas, and I do eat quite a lot of bananas, so that maybe helps. I've definitely been feeling a little bit of nausea. There's times where I feel really hungry, and I definitely feel like the hunger's getting more and more as the time wears on. Obviously baby needs a bit more energy now, he's moving about lots. But nausea is definitely something that's come back in the last week, I would say. If I feel hungry, nausea comes, but I would say also just general nausea, just kind of feeling that yucky, awful feeling, especially when I'm feeling so tired. So I don't know if 28 weeks is quite a big week, because it has been the last few days that I felt the tiredness and the sickness come back. Hoping that it's just short-lived and it's maybe just a big week for baby. He's maybe growing lots, and hopefully it'll just maybe pass eventually. I don't feel too bad today. I haven't felt too bad today, but certainly the last few days. And if I feel like I'm really hungry, sometimes that's when the nausea kicks in, and maybe I feel a bit like lightheaded. I had a bit of a funny turn at the weekend. I was alright once I got something to eat in that, but yeah, it's not great. Lots and lots of aches and pains if maybe do too much, or I'm walking, or you know, running about after Olivia, lifting her, my back gets quite sore. What else? Hips and groins been quite sore, and you know, just pelvic area. Not like really cramping. There's been quite some pains around the bump, especially towards the end of the day. Everything just feels achy and sore, and it's just like, oh, it's only going to get worse as this baby gets bigger. Around 24 weeks, 25 weeks, I had quite a bit of boob pain. They were quite sore. Not horrifically, but just a wee bit. But that seems to have settled down now, so that's fine. Sometimes you just feel like there's something going on in them. You just kind of, I don't know, it's just like a feeling. I've definitely been starting to get swollen hands and feet. My hands are getting quite swollen, especially if it's like a hot day or I've been busy. I can feel them starting to swell up. Sometimes I think, oh, they're not too bad, and then other days they just look horrific. Especially sometimes in the mornings, like when you first wake up, they can be quite swollen and tight then. Feet, like towards the end of the day, if you've had shoes on that are maybe tight, or it's hot, or I've been on my feet for a while. Sometimes I find if I'm ironing and I'm standing up, I feel like my feet swell up, and my ankles, everything just looks big and swollen, and I just want this over with. So yeah, feet swelling up. I've been getting like pins and needles in my hands, especially in the morning times when I wake up. So I have mentioned it about the pain, but I have been getting quite a lot of hip pain. Not so bad the last couple of nights, but I would say the last week the hip pain kicked in, where, you know, when you're lying, like I can wake up during the night, and like whichever side I'm lying on, the hip pain is horrific, like so bad, like right down the side bit. And I remember getting that with Olivia, but it was like the last few weeks, and I actually ended up having to like sleep downstairs, because I was having to wake up like every couple of hours and just walk about and like walk it off. But it seems to have started earlier, and I spoke to the midwife and she says that's normal for it to start earlier this time, so I don't know. Hoping, as I say, the last couple of nights it's not been too bad, so hopefully it's not too bad. And that's kind of a lot of the symptoms mostly that have been happening. What else? I think that's kind of everything that's been happening symptom wise. In terms of appointments, I had a midwife appointment a couple of days ago. She took bloods, so I don't know if the results will be back for that. I'll need to check my maternity notes, but I'm sure everything will be fine. She listened to the baby's heartbeat, which was fine. I think it was 142 beats per minute. And then she measured me, and she was like, oh, you're quite big. And she did it a couple of times, and then she was like 29. Okay, I'll measure it 29, and I think it maybe was more. So we'll see how it goes the next time. I'm back in 6 weeks. It's weird, because although I feel like the bump is a lot bigger this time, I don't feel as big. I probably am, but I don't feel as big. I've been running around a lot more, and definitely not eating as much as what I remember with Olivia. But I don't know, I'm scared now. It's when she was like that. It was when I got measured with Olivia, I was measuring exactly every week. I was always measuring exact. My bump was always exactly what it should be. And now she's saying it's bigger. I'm like, oh no, I'm a bit nervous about having a bigger baby, because Olivia was 8'3", Olivia was 8-13, so I'm a bit like, oh, I'm going into the 9-pound stage, which is a bit nervy. But we'll see how it goes. You never know. I think it's not an exact science of measuring the baby. There could be a lot of fluid, there could be various reasons, there could be the way the baby's lying, so I don't know. So we'll see how it goes in the next appointment, but I am feeling a little nervous, and I am big, and I'm getting so many comments about, oh, you've still got like 11 weeks to go, no, you're big, and I'm like, I know, but I think it's just me. I think it's just my shape, and I just have a big tummy, and it's all tummy area. It looks like I've generally got like a football stuck up my top. I generally don't feel too bad as I did the last time, but we'll see. But I will show you my bump once I'm finished. But I think that's kind of everything anyway. For the last few weeks, I've got no more scans coming up, midwife in 6 weeks, and we'll see how it goes then. Antenatal classes start a couple of months as well, so that's something else to look forward to. And just started to get maybe things packed for my hospital bag. That'll be the next thing. I'll show you my bump. So I'll push this back a bit so you can see. So yeah, it's huge. It's absolutely massive, and I just hate it now, because I can't bend down to pick up things. I kind of have to. I've got Olivia as my little helper. She's really good, but yeah, it's quite low as well, although it looks quite high tonight. But I think I get a lot of movement like around here or in the back, so I don't know if he's back, if his back's against my tummy, but I don't get a lot of outward movement. I have felt him loads. He kicks all the time, and definitely getting stronger. Craig's felt it and Olivia's felt it, so it's really good. So yeah, let's do it from the front. Is it dark with this t-shirt? I'll show you this way. Is that better? See, it's massive. Absolutely massive. It's just awful. Oh, I'm just so glad once baby's out and I can get back to my shape and know that that is the last time I will ever have to have this big huge belly. But anyway, I hope you've liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you are new, please hit the subscribe button. I'll link all the other updates that I've done down below, and we'll catch you the next time.